Baby, y'all, somebody about to lose their job, okay? Or it looks like somebody don't care if they lose their job, okay? And don't take my word for it. It's all in the post. Of course, we are talking about Martell Holt, y'all. So here I am sitting here eating my New Year's Day dinner, my greens and my black eyed peas, welcoming in all the prosperity and things like that. And then my good girlfriend, Taria, shoots me over this post. Now, make sure you guys are following her YouTube channel. I will place the link for it in the description of this video. Now, Taria has been on this channel before. She is one of my trusted people that I speak to all the time, right? So, as I dove deeper into this, she let me know that this was also on Martell's story. So, what is it? Let me give you guys a little bit of background first. You guys remember the other day when we had done the recap and Melody and Martell had that sit down Ponderosa? Well, Martell is spilling all the tea, and we are going to dissect what he is spilling right now. Okay. Now, if you guys do not believe what I'm saying, you can actually head on over to Martell's Instagram story, and this post is posted there for you all to see. Okay. Now, let's get into what Martell says, because in the scene, he is seen trying to make peace with Melody. Okay. And he is alleging that there was a lot of interference from production. Okay. Not interference, but coercing, pulling the strings, if you will. He says this: I don't want her back. Okay. This scene is me playing team ball. So let's break that down, right? Let's break it on down. Break it on down, candy style. All right. So by playing team ball, I would assume that, before we get into what he said, I would assume that reasonably, since this show is centered around all of the couples, they probably did want some type of resolution to the last time that we saw Melody and Martell together to round out the season, right? Because he did make a lot of insinuations, accusations during their trip to Houston. So, story arc wise, I could see them wanting to round out everybody's story at the end of the season, like I said. So, here's what he says: he says, I was asked to meet with Melody, and Carlos called me after me telling the other producers I'm not taking her flowers. He then goes on to say, she got me in court saying I'm abusing my kids. Now she has merchandise saying she's against abuse. She tried to get me. Now, I don't know about the part. I didn't know about this abuse of the kids. Now, I ain't know about that, okay? Let me put the alleged badge up here, because all of this is alleged. Nothing is real in life anymore. Everything's alleged. Anyway, we knew about the alleged revenge intimacy tapes, okay? But I hadn't heard about this, I don't think. So anyway, that was new to me. Anyway, he says she tried to get me. Then he goes on to say, Carlos begged me to take her effing flowers, talking about the Holts need to take the show back. From whom? Like, I mean, at the end of the day, for me and my vantage point as a viewer, um, aren't they producers on the show? Um, I kind of feel like we get good enough representation from each of the parties and what they have going on for the most part. It just always feels like Martell is not really that integral to much of the overarching story, especially with regards to his involvement with a large majority of the cast, right? Anyway, That was interesting to me. He says, my only question was, y'all talk with Melody? Question mark. The answer was yes. So he is saying that the scene was cleared by Melody, and I'm assuming that he is saying that she was aware of the flowers. Okay. This is what he's saying. Now you feel free to make your own judgments. I'm giving you what he's saying. Okay. And so he says, so I was down, but just like you were delusional about Saf wanting you back, it's the same over here. I'm not sure who Saf is. Is this somebody? Wait, hold on. We can easily look that up. Let me do a little Googler. Because, I mean, he putting it out there. So let's see what's up. Maybe that's on a different platform because I don't see no Saf. Maybe unless I'm missing it. Maybe that was an abbreviation. Y'all let me know, who is Saf? Is this somebody that he claiming, Melody was talking to? Is that what this is supposed to be about? Anyway, it's the same over here. He claimed he don't want her back. So he says the frustration you see on my face is her not doing what the producers said she was going to do. So he is alleging basically that the producers cleared the scene, and she was going to be agreeable to everything that he is saying that he has asked for. Okay. He says all this ish is definitely for TV. We're actors. You don't say now. Not the actors. Not the actors, baby. That's all we watching. Here's the thing. Let me pop back up. No, I ain't gonna pop back up because I want you to look at it yourself. So when we think about the idea of reality TV, we know that certain circumstances are set up by production, right? Production will likely set up, the fact that people need to meet, have discussions, and woo to woo. Here are your beats, meaning here are the points that you need to discuss in the episode or in this scene. And beats is taken from a larger term as it relates to plot structure and structure of shows, movies, books, or a scene, right? This is the beat that you need to hit. This is the point that you need to make. And these were the things that we need you to discuss, right? So we know some of that is production magic. But then to say just that we are just actors really diminishes any level of credibility that the show has, that production has. Like, you are basically clowning your own production, which makes you money. That don't feel too smart to me. It don't. And I get that I'm sure he was getting it, okay? Because this scene, baby, it didn't really show him in the best of lights. But it would be difficult to show him in the best of lights given all that we know he's trying to come back from. What would have been likely better is if he were to agree to this scene, would be to say simply like, listen, if we're gonna make this scene something, because in my experience with reality television, producers can set up a scene and give you some talking points, but it's really about what you want to do, right? So if you want whatever you want to do or what you want to say, okay? And it probably would have been better for him to come into that scene and just simply say, listen, we have gone through a lot. I am sorry. I'm so sorry. I know that there's nothing that we can ever do. I'm not trying to get back together or anything like that. I just want to try. What can we do? What can I do to make things right? If he indeed wanted to do that, right? But it doesn't really sound like that. And it doesn't sound like she was letting her foot off his neck. Anyway, he says, we're actors. Carlos, don't delete this. Let's have a real conversation. What he's supposed to do? What Carlos gonna come down from the high heavens and delete social media? Like, Unless this is a comment on Carlos's page, now I got to go look at Carlos' page. Because I got to see where this comment resides. Okay. Um, it's actually on Carlos's page. What do we have here? Okay, so let me pull it up. I had to, listen, you got the I am a um hold on. Let me find it for y'all. The resident Sherlock homeboy on the case yet again, baby. Yet again, we on the case. I'm about to pull it up for y'all. All right. Cause I don't really follow him. So, but here it is. Let me pull it up for y'all so y'all can see it. Here we go. That's why he said that. Oh, so I can actually click on who Saf is. That ain't nobody. When you click on it, it ain't really it don't look like it's nobody's page. Anyway, he then says, "Let's have a real conversation. I might be getting a phone call to fire me after this comment. Sorry, but you guys are not going to continue to villainize me, make me out to be an abuser, a stalker, or making it seem like I want Melody back. I'm done with y'all making me out to be something I'm not. Film my real life or don't film me at all." Now, listen, you got to be a real bold one to step to the executive producer on the social media and go in on him about your own show in the comment section, baby. You like, I mean, listen, it's the boldness for me. It's the bold of it. It's the bold and the beautiful. That is what we are watching right now, baby. The bold and the beautiful. Okay. Let's get into this last conversation. He says, I might be getting a phone call to fire me after this comment. There have been plenty of reality TV personalities who have gone on social media and made claims about production and the show and whatnot. About a week ago, I could have swore I saw Marie calling out a showrunner for a Bell Collective. She didn't ever call the showrunner by name, but she was definitely screaming, "Showrunner, showrunner, showrunner, you better come straighten this out." And it was something about Tambra. Yeah, and something that Tambra had allegedly, wrote or posted or something like that. And she was wanting production to clear it up, or she was going to go live and air everybody out. Okay. That's what she was saying. Now, I looked at the live. I actually saved the live, but I was like, I don't know where that's going. And, to be quite honest with you, I feel like, when you sign up for reality TV, I'm going to tell you guys the truth. You sign up really for them to show whatever story they want to show, whatever story they want to show. So you have to also be careful about what it is that you do when you are on camera and when you are off camera. Okay. Um, because if you don't want a story to be built, then you can't give them ammunition. Okay. And what I mean by that is, like, let's say, for instance, if Marie did indeed go and meet with, Tambra's ex, that's something that she did off camera. If she shouldn't have brought it on camera, if she didn't want it to come back and bite her in the butt later, okay? Because that's what a lot of people are up in arms about. If we want to talk about it for real, but that's another story for another day. With regards to Martell, it's like I feel like Martell has villainized himself, to be quite frank with you. And the part where he says, "Make me out to be an abuser or a stalker," we know that the scene was likely set up by production. We know that. I mean, it wasn't anything like, I wasn't sitting around here thinking that he was some type of I didn't know nothing about no abuse, to be honest with you, but now I do. So the stalker portion of it is also all in what you talk about during the scene, Martell. Like he don't do himself no favors. Let me just say that. And let me just make that clear. But now that you guys have heard everything that he has to say, what do you think about this? Should he be fired for speaking out in such a manner, or should he have a stern talking to? Would you watch the show if Martell were no longer a part of it? Um, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Martell does make for a very intriguing reality TV villain, but is he the type of villain that you want to see on your screen? And from what he is saying, film my real life or don't film me at all. What is your real life? We don't know that. So anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section down below. I cannot wait to see what happens next with this ongoing saga, and I will, of course, catch you all in the next video. Also, don't forget to check the link in the description down below for my girl Taria's channel. Be sure to like and subscribe and follow her. Let's get it popping over there as well, because she is an awesome individual who is doing some amazing work. All right. With that being said, I will catch y'all in the next video.